All right, it's week 7, February 15th. Today I went to the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church in downtown Salt Lake City. I went to the prayer service at 9 a.m. called the Orthros, followed by the Divine Liturgy at 10. For most of the service, the clergy and the priest were doing, that like singing, chanting type thing?
He is not here, for he has risen as he said, for he is going before you to Galilee.
They did that for 2.5 hours. There was maybe 10 minutes of like the main priest giving a sermon, which was excellent. But other than that, it was 2.5 hours of Byzantine Psaltic chanting. I found it refreshing in a way, even though it was mostly in English, a little bit in Greek. There was something hypnotically rhythmic about it. When I looked into it further, like why they do that and where it comes from, in Orthodox worship, sort of the purpose behind this is to minimize explanation. It maximizes immersion. It definitely was an immersive experience. It favors mystery over clarity. And I wouldn't even say mystery. I would just say what it allows is because there was so little interpretation and much, much more ritual and ceremony, it kind of lets you glean your own interpretation. As far as the space goes, the building and the architecture was very impressive because I definitely felt something when I walked into the cathedral. The stained glass windows and the art on the walls, the whole visual piece lent a sense of grandeur to the whole experience. There was like two priests kind of doing like the chanting the whole time. And then like the main priest guy, he would come in and out from like a room in the back. The whole time he was wearing this big beautiful robe. It was white and gold on this robe. It had crosses all over it. They would walk around and do incense. There was big golden crosses that they would kind of bow with. There were candles everywhere. And then at one point, the main priest came out holding a big golden book, which I'm assuming was the Bible. The people formed a line, and one by one, they came up, did the cross, and then kissed the book, and then went back to their seat. For a little bit, about halfway through the 2.5 hours, the priest gave his sermon, which was excellent. He mostly read from Matthew chapter 25 and said, "What will open the doors of paradise will be our acts of love toward our fellow human beings. We will be judged by what we do to the least among us. How we treat people will be our measuring stick, not what we eat, not how many times we go to church. These tools will not save us themselves, but hopefully they can help us improve our acts toward others." He talked about if someone doesn't represent everything that we may think or look like us, we can, if we're not careful, create enemies in our own mind. That doesn't mean we need to be perfect, but it means we can try to be merciful. Everyone that we see, we have to make an attempt to go beyond ourselves to show whatever mercy, justice, love, compassion to the least of these, and then let God be the judge. And lastly, he wrapped it up with never miss an opportunity to be kind to someone. With that, here's how I would score the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church based just on my experience today. For meaning and message, how effectively did the surface offer interpretation? An 8. There was definitely a clear interpretation of existence. There was a clear worldview. Ritual and experience flow, high marks here, that's a 9. Everything was extremely steeped in tradition. Ethics and integrity, 9. There was absolutely zero feelings of any sort of antagonistic remarks. There wasn't anything regarding like segregation or separation or we're better than everyone else or we have to compare ourselves to anyone. But that being said, the community energy and belonging only a 6. I didn't meet anyone. No one made an effort to even shake my hand. I'm okay with that, but that's going to make the score a 6 there. Learning and cognitive expansion, also a 6. There wasn't anything groundbreaking or new that I learned, but it did feel good. And then lastly, heart resonance and emotional impact, a 7. Feelings of love, compassion, forgiveness, peace, comfort, and inspired action. There was a lot of talk of those exact terms. So overall, for week 7 at the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church in downtown Salt Lake City, I'm going to score it a 45 out of 60. Here are the rankings after the first 7 weeks of this experiment, of this experience, and I'll be back next week with something completely different.